What's up, guys? Game Storms here, coming at you with a little talk about a game I've been playing. Because it's been a while since I've recorded anything. It's been, what, a week? And I only did one last week. Sorry about that, but it's because of this game. So, this game for the DS came out, Xenoblade Chronicles. And I just was like addicted to it the whole week. Like I just played it non-stop. Whenever I wasn't at work, I was playing that game. So I never stopped to record anything, which I should have done, but I didn't. Well, I didn't really have anything to talk about, and I didn't have any Borderlands stuff recorded, so I could have played that, but I didn't. But anyway, I want to talk about this game and the positives and the negatives. But first off, the first negative is the fact that it is only on the new 3DS. That just bothered me so much that it was on the new 3DS. So, I have three 3DSs. I have two limited edition ones, the Pikachu and the Super NES. And then I had just a black 3DS. So I went in, traded that in with like three of my 3DS games that I never played, my Mario games, to get this new 3DS because, it has to be on the new 3DS because the new 3DS has a second joystick so you can move the camera, which you need to do in this game. So, I did it, and I still have the box for my 3DS, so I gave it to them in the box with the charger and everything. Well, I come home, open up my new 3DS, and there's no charger with the new 3DS, which was so stupid. So I call them back up, and they go, "Oh yeah, we forgot to tell you. For some reason, they don't sell the new 3DS with a charger. I know it's dumb, but we don't know why they do it like that." So now I'm down a charger because I've traded in a 3DS and the new 3DS doesn't come with a damn charger for some stupid ass reason. So if any of you go out to buy a new 3DS, make sure you have a charger or you're buying a charger with it so you don't go home, find out you have no charger, and then have to go back out and buy another one. But I got the game with it. I started playing the game right away then. And if you don't know what Xenoblade Chronicles is, it's an open world RPG, pretty much. And you can swap between characters, and, well, you have a party of characters, and you can swap which one you want to play as. And they each have their own skills, their own building trees, and why I wanted it, what I thought was interesting, is that it's not like most RPGs where it's like each area has a certain level of creatures, which, I mean, this game still has that, like, has a certain level of creatures, but in the mix of it, you could run into a creature that's way over leveled on you that you just can't face possibly anytime soon. Like, let me explain. Like, the areas that I'll run in, like, when I was like 22, let's say I'm running around 22, the monsters are like 19 to 22. And then randomly, there's monsters that can spawn around and they'll be like 32. Then there's like the massive ones that are like 72, 83, which is absurd. It's going to take a shit ton of time for me to get up to that. So, like I said, I spent all last week playing this game, and until I went to work. And even with, I probably put, I know it's not going to sound like a lot for spending a whole week playing the game, but I put probably 22 hours in. And in 22 hours, I'm level 29, I think. So this game has a lot of playtime. Because, like I said, some of the monsters are 83. So the amount of time that's going to take to get to 83 is just insane. But I'm going to talk about the positives of the game. So, it is cool how it's an open world RPG, and it's, what is it? Actual time. That's what I wanted to think. It's actual time. So, like, it's not turn-based. You actually move your character around while you're fighting, and you can flank, go to the back of the enemy, the side of the enemy. The only thing that I don't like about it is that it's a timed hit. It hits on it every few seconds. It hits. It's not like you keep hitting the attack button or you use the joystick to swipe an attack. It's not like that. I wish it was like that. That'd be cooler. But you fight in actual time. While you're fighting the enemies, you can swap between your skills and use your skills. Which there's a bunch of skills, and you can unlock more skills. I don't know how the actual skill thing actually happens. If it's you unlock a new skill when you get to a certain level, or if it happens with your skill tree, how your skill tree is set up. Because you have your skill tree and you have 3 sections you can choose on which skill tree to build down first. And if you get to a certain one, it's an ability. But so you start off open actual time. It's perfect. There's a shit ton to do. I spent like the first 3 hours just killing enemies. I didn't even do the quest. I was supposed to do this main quest, but I spent like the first 3 hours just killing enemies because that's what I like to do in the games. There is an absurd amount of side quests, which the only point of doing side quests, well, you do get XP for side quests, so to help you level up faster. But the main thing to do the side quests is so you get money. Because money, you can buy all the upgrades for your abilities and whatever. Whenever you get to the store, you have the money already. And there's secret collectibles to pick up. All this is just great. There's a lot to do. You never run out of enemies. Enemies respawn probably after a minute or two. The enemies will respawn where you killed them, but there's always some other enemies to fight in the area. There's a pretty big variety of enemies. I'm not that far through the game. Like I said, I'm only 29, so there's probably going to be a lot more enemies to face. But for the most game is all positive. It's amazing. What I don't like, there's like 2 negatives in the game. One negative is with the quests. The quests are just absurd. Like, sure, you get the quests, and you can complete the quests. Now, a lot of the quests, when you complete them, as soon as you get the item you need or kill the monsters you need to kill, the quest pops up and says it's completed. But then there's other quests where, like, you have to return to the person. Well, the game is flawed in this manner, of which the person can spawn at any time. He's not always spawned. So he may only spawn at night. He may only spawn during the day. He may not even spawn during the day when you're there. He may not even spawn at night when you're there. It's just random, it seems to me. Like, you could spend an hour trying to hand in a quest and not hand it in. Just because the person never spawned, or you just couldn't find him because he's wandering around. I think that's dumb in that regard. I don't think it should be like that. I think all the NPCs should be spawned in their own area. Even if they want to keep the nighttime, daytime thing where certain people are only out during the night, certain people are only out during the day, they should have it where they can only walk within a small area so that they're always in that area. And then my second flaw of the game is that I understand why you have a party. I get that. But I don't like how the party gets too big. Like, you start out with 3. This might be a spoiler. I don't know. You start out with 3 in your party. Well, you start out by yourself, and then you get a second person after the main quest. Then you get a third person after the second part of the main quest, which is fast. and then the third person dies, and then you find another third person. Now, from what I could tell, that this third person is staying with you the whole entire game. She's not dying. But you can only have 3 people in your party, like, out fighting, which I find dumb. Because now I have a 4th party member, and they're just sitting there in reserves, which I think all 4 should be out fighting. Why is it limited to 3? If you have all those people in your party, let them be out, okay? Just let them be out. Like, I don't know. It's just, I don't like that, because I don't want to have to keep swapping my party around. I don't like doing that in those types of games. I like to have my people out. If I want to swap characters, that's fine, but I don't like swapping characters. I like sticking with one character. But I don't want to have to keep swapping the party out. That's just dumb. And, it should have been possible to do that. Blue Dragon's a turn-based game, but that had 5 people. You had 5 teams. Your team was 5 people, and you could use all 5 every battle. There was nobody in reserves. So, other than that, positive review. I'd give the game probably a 9 out of 10. I would give it a 9 out of 10. It's a lot of fun. It doesn't get boring. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.
Lost the advantage.